What is up, everybody? Welcome back to High School Never Ends, a pop punk dad podcast. I am Wingman Steve.
And I am Chris 183.
Hey, Chris, it's a special episode. Are you excited?
I am. Why is it a special episode? Because
this episode, in some way, shape, or form, is like 25 years in the making. This sometimes you're just kind of like randomly hanging out in front of a concert and you stumble into somebody and get into a conversation. And in this case, I feel like I know this dude for, I'm trying to think, what year is it? 2024. I'm going to say like 25 years. I feel like I knew this guy without ever knowing this guy. And I'll give some explanation. His name is Greg. What's up, Greg?
What is going on? How are you, Steve and Chris?
Doing great. And very pleased to have you here. The reason why I feel like I know this guy for 25 years, even though we don't really know each other, is because Greg, there's this dude always back in the day. Like, I feel like every show that I went to on Long Island or in New York or in New Jersey, every show, there was this dude who was dressed in a Winnie the Pooh costume, right? And every day I would see him at all these shows. He'd be crowd surfing. I don't know if I ever had a conversation with you back in the day. Maybe like a year or two ago, I said hello. We took a couple pictures. And then at the most recent Starting Line show I went to, we were just chilling and we got into a conversation. And I was like, dude, we gotta dive into this guy, Greg, this guy, Pooh. So here he is. Welcome.
Yeah, man, you finally tracked me down after 25 years.
I think at the Midtown show a year ago, someone else that I ran into told me about your podcast and said like, the Pooh guy has a podcast. So it took an extra year or so. Chris, is there anybody who dresses in any sort of cartoon characters at shows in Pittsburgh that you know?
No, not at all. And I don't go to too many concerts, Greg, so I probably would have never have seen you. Like I go to very few. I only go to the ones that people actually help me get tickets for. So when they don't do that, I don't go myself. But I can. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I don't care what the order is of these questions. But why Winnie the Pooh? We got to know, like, why did you choose? And you probably have been asked this question 10 million times, but answer it again because I have no idea.
I will. And there really is no exact reason why Winnie the Pooh. But I mean, I could start from the beginning if you want, if that will make total sense. But
that's a little mini origin story.
I'll make it quick. But I had friends who were in local bands, I guess like all of us knew. And I had my brother's car for the night. And for whatever reason, there was a Winnie the Pooh costume in his trunk. Don't know why, don't know how, don't know where it came from. And my friend's band was about to go on in Staten Island called Dock Street. It was a venue. The band was called Moment of Truth. And their band was about to go on. I said, wherever this Winnie the Pooh costume came from, I'm going to throw it on. I'm going to run in during their set, kind of make them laugh and mess them up. And from there, it just took on a life of its own. That's it. It could have been any costume in that trunk, and I was throwing it on, but it was Winnie the Pooh.
Now, I've never seen this costume personally, but so you can, for those listeners out there that have never seen it either, entertain these questions. Number one, can you see your face in this costume, or is it completely covered and all you can see is Winnie the Pooh's face?
All right, Chris, let me make this official for you. You can explain.
So Greg is putting on a Pooh costume, or Chris, are you going to explain?
I can do it. Yes. So yes, he is putting on this. Basically, it's semi-blank edition in nature, but
it's kind of like a onesie.
It is a full body costume. It does say Pooh on the front. Yes, you can see Greg's face in it, but it does have the ears and the colors. So totally get it. I would like to know how many times you've had to wash that, because I'm sure I've been to concerts where, and I've been to a couple, and my shirt has been a soaking wet mess at the end of the concert. And I imagine being in that costume does something similar. So
please don't say zero.
It either smells really bad or you have to wash it all the time.
So I haven't washed it up until this point.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
That's a lot of cologne.
So pretty much every single concert I've gone to, which is thousands, it's been washed that many times.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I think I brought this up when we were chatting outside of the place in Asbury Park, and I was asking your wife Alex. I said, you guys, the Pooh costume, and I hope this is not going to insult you, but it's getting a little ratty. It's getting a little tattered. Like, has
Sure.
there been any thought to just like getting a new one?
Never, never. One and only one, and that's it. When the costume goes, I go. That's it. There's
That's
no
it.
replacement.
Yeah,
That's-
but you crowd surf, right? So I mean, I gotta feel like there have been times where this costume got ripped, or you came out of the concert in pretty bad shape. I don't know, like, has that happened? I'm just
It has, and I've had to take it to like dry cleaners to re-zip the button, and we always carry around like pins to pin it together if it falls apart. But some way, somehow, it's still intact, still in one piece.
so
It
no
has
major
needed some.
no major damages to it. Then you're telling me,
Oh, crazy enough.
wow,
No,
that's a pretty well built costume there, Steve.
It's.
sure
I mean,
is.
I'm telling. Do you remember when? So when was that first show? Do you have an idea about like what year it was?
Late 90s,
Okay.
98, 99, 90, late 90s, somewhere between 97 and 99.
Yeah,
Would
I'm,
say.
I'm really glad that you said you do watch it because, again, I remember being at some of those Warp Tours on Randall's Island, and
Yes,
it's
sir.
a hot, sweaty, disgusting mess. And yeah, I lost a bunch of shirts because I would take them off because they were so sweaty and leave them in people's cars.
You do.
Yeah,
That's
lost-
great.
I've lost a few.
But I am super impressed by that. What I assume is a Halloween costume at heart. I went to a lot of parties when I was younger and wore Halloween costumes, and generally they always got ruined no matter what. They always got ripped into shreds, or I lost them, or the arm came off somehow, or the head ripped off. I don't know.
Listen, wherever this came, whoever made it, they did a fabulous job, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, our show is called the Pop Punk Dad Podcast, and I've seen you at all these shows, and I have I made a spreadsheet of every concert that I've ever been to, and I was going to point out a few and ones I think that you were at, and see if you can confirm for me. But
Okay.
does Greg? So you also have a couple of different personalities, right? If I've listened to your show a few times, you've Greg, you've Crazy Greg, and you have Pooh. And I just
Yes.
wanted to ask, and you can answer for any one or all three. So is Pooh like a pop punk thing, or is pop punk just one like genre? You seem to be a pretty avid concert goer. Is it just this kind of stuff?
It's one genre. One genre. I've had my share of like hardcore shows, hardcore bands, metal bands, new metal bands, pop punk. It's a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything, yeah.
And so I think you said last week or a couple weeks before I saw on Instagram, you went to see Limp Bizkit. But so like Pooh goes to those shows too.
Yeah, so Limp Bizkit's actually the one that started this all off, that put me on the map. That
Elaborate.
Yeah. That might be surprising to hear, but so Limp Bizkit is up there for me, like number one. And always loved them, always loved Fred Durst. And this is going back to 2003 now. I did some research before I came on the show. This goes back a long time. 2003, Limp Bizkit was playing a free AOL stream live across the world concert in New York City. So the free show, NYC, and streaming on AOL. This is how long ago it was, 2003. So me being a big fan, I threw on the costume. I went there. I was first online. I went with my dad. My dad worked in the city. I drove with him at 5:30 in the morning to be first in line. And I'm there for like 14 hours. So we go in. Fred Durst sees me and pulls me up on stage to sing My Way with him. And it was streamed all over the world. Rolling Stones magazine picked up on it. They did an article about it. That really put me on the map. I don't know, it took a life of its own after that.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you think about monetizing this Pooh concert goer like persona at that point in time? If you get that kind of heat, I feel like nowadays, if that happened, if you like went viral, like like Hawk to a Girl, like Hawk to a Girl had to like figure out a way to make like 50 grand in a week without going on OnlyFans. I feel like that's what if you hit the viral, you got to like try something like that.
Listen, I was way ahead of my time with this. And if this was today, I would have for sure had Instagram and YouTube and all these sponsors and all that. But
Dude, you
back
could have been
then,
sponsored by like honey, like bees. Like,
yo, I mean, listen, is it too late?
Yeah,
Is that
I'm here to
yeah.
help.
No, I mean, but you got to watch that, Steve. I know you're very enthusiastic about this, but doesn't he have to watch like copyright infringement? And did Disney ever come after you at any point in time? And before Disney, whoever owned Winnie the Pooh?
they haven't, but because of that reason, I haven't really, ventured out to make anything off this. So I don't think they're really going to bother me just for
Do
going
you
to
even give a shit about Winnie the Pooh? Do you like it? Do you like have your kids watch it, or is it just like another like cartoon?
growing up, I kind of liked it, but didn't love it. But now it's like my number one favorite. Yeah, like the girls love it. Yeah, like come on, how can I not? It's all over. It's all over my house, and it's my favorite ride, Disney, and all that stuff.
Oh,
It kind
nice.
of grew on me big time.
Chris, do you know that me and Greg, we're basically like twins or like brothers from another mother. Like, listen, I made a list. Again, I listened to a bunch of your podcast episodes and I was trying to, all of these things that I have in common with this dude who I've been kind of interacting with over 25 years. All right. So obviously you could tell by his accent, he grew up in New York. I grew up in New York.
Yeah.
We're both gigantic Mets fans. So I guess those kind of go
Yeah.
hand in hand. He's drinking out of a Mets mug cup. He's got a little beverage there. Did I pick up that you worked at McDonald's?
That was my first job ever.
My
At
first job
15.
ever was McDonald's in Baldwin,
Look
New
at
York
this.
at 15. Did I also see, were you on the radio at some point?
My college radio station at a radio show for them.
I was on my college radio station.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's right. And I mean, obviously, we're both like huge fans of pop punk music and going to shows. Chris, this is like, is your mind blown? My mind's kind of blown. When I started listening to his podcast and got all this info, I'm like, how the fuck am I not like, this is like, did we just become best friends?
I don't think I've ever
seems
seen you
like
this
it.
excited. I haven't seen you this excited in a long time. Should I just leave?
No. You have to stay.
I've done none of those things. Like everything you listed there, I've done none of those
I
things.
thought you worked at McDonald's. You never worked at McDonald's?
I've gone to McDonald's
Okay, well, that's
a couple times.
I mean,
that's something.
fair.
Yeah. The tone in the room just went way down. The
That's
smile
great.
faded. Yeah. McDonald's is bringing back the collector glasses tomorrow. So for you guys
Interesting.
that used to work there, I'm just letting you know that. But
Yeah.
keep up with that stuff.
Should I go
Actually-
through some of the list of concerts and see if we've been to the same ones?
Yes, please do. But I have been to quite many, so I remember most of them now.
So all the ones that are like New York, New Jersey are from like high school and college era, because after college I lived in Pennsylvania, so I'd usually go to Philly stuff. But so I'm gonna just say the ones I think that I think you were at. I think in 1999, did you see Blink-182, Silverchair, and Phoenix TX at
I have.
Roseland Ballroom?
I have seen Blink-182. I mean, the date I can't tell you for sure if it was 99, but I definitely seen it at Roseland Ballroom, so it's very possible.
All right, what else do we got here? Phoenix TX, Newfound Glory, Good Charlotte, all together at the Bowery Ballroom.
Was that like what tour? Honda Civic or something? Oh boy.
I don't think it had a name to it. That wasn't
No,
Honda
okay.
Civic.
Okay, because I have a picture. I saw Newfound Glory and Good Charlotte. I actually have a picture somewhere of meeting Good Charlotte at one of those tours, so it's very possible.
All right. Let me
Very
see.
possible.
What else? I'm trying to see here. There's a bunch of Newfound Glories in my early years. I mean, obviously, I feel like all the Warped Tours I went to, you were probably at in a one or whatever. Did you go to the Skate and Surf and the Bamboozles?
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! Everyone skate and surf. That's one of the stories. Skate and surf. We can save that.
Is
But,
there something like juicy about it?
I mean, no, it's just that was probably like the what would I say? Like the time frame where it was like Pooh Bear was the biggest.
Okay.
That it really like, it was a thing and it was in its prime. And skate and surf really was just like insane that whole weekend. Did you stay over that weekend?
So my buddy lived relatively close. So I didn't stay in Asbury Park, but I stayed in some New Jersey town that was like driving distance.
Okay. So we didn't have a place to stay, but we kind of snuck our way into the convention hotel where all the bands were staying.
Yeah.
and that was one of the craziest weekends that you can imagine. I mean, it's just all the bands in one hotel just partying.
So have you
It
done a
was
lot of partying like with bands?
not really. Beside, like that was the weekend that I would say that had happened. Other than that, it wasn't really much hanging out, meeting them, yes, but that weekend sneaking into the hotel, that was like the party of the weekend. And I was in Pooh Bear. All the bands knew me from skate and surf.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pretty much just going from door to door, just knocking on everybody's doors. Every room was a band, every room. And they would open it up, Pooh Bear, and they would pull me in and just, yeah, like take this drink and whatever, hang out. And I was in, you remember Gym Class Heroes?
Sure.
Yes, I somehow wound up in their room and they were playing poker. So Bruno Mars was there as well because he did a song with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I hung out, and then I'm like, all right, guys, gotta go. I'm sorry, because I didn't want to stay in one room all night. You know, it was just crazy to go from band to band. They had a slip and slide in one of the hallways, and it was just nuts. It was crazy
In the hallway
in the hallway
of the hotel.
of the hotel. One of the whatever floor it was, sixth floor, seventh floor. There was a slip and slide, and they were just out of control. The bands. It was fun, and then so that night, you know, we were just going from room to room. And I forget where we crashed. I don't know what room we were in, but at that point, I shower, you know, take the Pooh Bear costume in the shower with me to wash it, and I pin it to the window so it's like drying outside. And I go down to the breakfast area where all the bands are. It's like catered breakfast. And I walk in now, like 8 hours ago, I'm like hanging with all of them. So I go in and I'm like, I walk in, I'm like, yeah, what's up, everyone? They're like, who is this guy? Because I'm just with this. Nobody knew who I was. It was fun. Yeah.
You need to take like a Sharpie marker and just write poo on like a white t-shirt so that if you don't have the costume, they at least know who you are.
But it was fun. The night before, we would just from room to room. It was a good time. And that was really the only time I really like party with bands. But I met a whole bunch, which is cool. All from a silly costume, right?
Didn't you get like wasn't there like a point in time during one of those evenings where you're like, man, I just want to take this costume off. Like it's really hot and itchy, and I'd really prefer that I find a way to do that. But then like you couldn't because everybody wanted you to be in it.
Just mind over matter. But I guess there's some Warped Tours that were like 100 degrees, and it's like, man, I wish I could just take this hood down for a minute. But that would
it would ruin it.
So
ruin it.
I want to be a little bit of a therapist for a second and just ask, you know, deep down in the root. So is poo something that you do because you just love the way that other people like feel and like it makes it like this community thing, or does it fuel you and like you just love like kind of like interacting with everybody? Like, what do you think you get out of doing this for so long?
I guess both. I mean, I met so many people. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. I can't imagine where my life would be without it. I know that's like weird to say, but like, I mean, even you, Steve, like, I don't know, it linked us together. Like 90% of my friends that I have now that I talk to is through music, through Pooh Bear. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird. And I never would imagine it. It just really took on life of its own. It's crazy. And it is really like, I think what keeps me going now is just talking to other people like you. Like, I can't believe it's been 25 years you're still doing this. And they'll pull out their phone, show me a picture from 2003, 2004. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. It's fun.
I also wanted to ask, so it seems that you go to a lot of shows, right? I used to go to a lot of shows. I still probably go to more shows than like my wife would like for me to go to.
Right.
So like, I mean, how many shows do you go to? Like often, like has it slowed down? You're a dad now, so
yeah,
you've girls. So how, you know, has it changed since having kids?
It certainly has slowed down.
Did you win the lottery?
No, definitely slowed down. And I do pay for all the concerts I go to. I know I get that asked all the time. Oh, do you get free tickets? No. But it's slowed down. Now, you know, it's hard to get babysitters, people watch the girls. So it is more selective of what shows I'm able to get to now. But back in the day, I was going like 3-4 a week.
Wow.
Easily. Yeah. But also tickets were like $15 for a show back then. Mm-hmm. Not how it is now. So I would work in my McDonald's job and use that paycheck to go to shows. And yeah. But now, I mean, It depends. I mean, if like what was it? 2 weeks ago, we saw 4 concerts in a week, but that doesn't happen. It's just scheduling wise with these bands that it
That's
depends.
summertime.
Yeah, it depends when they come around. And the bands that we grew up seeing. But when they're here, we'll be there. We'll
You
go.
were going to more local shows, right? Local venues, local bands. When you were talking about 4 per week, like it wasn't all just big ticket, big name bands back then, right?
A mix of both. A mix of both. A mix, yeah. It'd be local bands and one big show, 3 local bands, or 2 and 2.
Right.
It really depends when these bands come around. And but yeah, we would pretty much just go to anything that's around, even if we weren't like big fans, but we liked them, we'd go. Now it's more selective.
Were there venues that did not want you to wear that costume? Like, hey, you can't wear that here.
Never came across that. Never.
Okay.
I mean, I did get some looks from security and bouncers when I would first walk in, like, who is this guy? What is he up to? But never like denied. No.
The cool thing is that if you just wanted to take a night off and go to a show and just not be bothered, you could do that, right? Because you just wouldn't wear the costume.
Absolutely.
And then nobody would know anything.
I'm like the real life Hannah Montana, if you're familiar with what she does.
Familiar with, yes.
You could have said Superman, you could have went with Superman.
Yeah. But yeah, if I would go to a show now like this, nobody would know. It's funny. It's funny.
Interesting.
It's like that movie, Not Another Teen Movie. She's got glasses and a ponytail. Now she's hot. So going back to your kids, so do they understand? Like, have they seen you in the Pooh? Do they know of it?
They do. And when we say like, "Oh, who's Dad?" They say Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh. They do. They get it. I don't know if they totally understand, but they know. Yeah.
Do you dress up for Halloween?
I do.
Do you wear a different costume for Halloween?
I just go as myself. Like
Fair. I mean, maybe you go as another character from Winnie the Pooh. I don't know.
As you see me like this, that's how I go for Halloween. This is my,
clever.
So let me also ask. So you guys have a podcast. You and your wife, Alex, who may join us at some point in time. As I understand, she's putting the kids to bed. Thank you, Alex. So
hopefully she'll make it.
So have you been with her since back in the day, since the beginnings of Pooh Bear, or was that later on in life?
Later on. So we got together in 2009. So she was about halfway through, I'd say. Halfway through. And
how does that come up, like, on a date? Unless you met her as Pooh Bear. Like, hey, prospective person I am courting. By the way, I wear a Pooh costume to all of the shows that I go to, and it's not weird at all. So how did that come up?
So she swears up and down that she doesn't know that about me and Pooh Bear when we first met. And that was the day of MySpace. And I guess, we met, and then she went back and told her friends, "Oh, I met this guy, Greg," or whatever, and showed them MySpace. And they're like, "Wait, Pooh Bear?" Because we're all from the same city in, Staten Island. And she's like, "Oh, you know him?" They're like, "Of course we know him. He goes to all the shows and this and that." So they kind of filled in. She swears all her friends knew who I was, but she didn't. So I don't know if I totally believe it, but I guess I should. Yeah, so they filled her in.
But obviously it wasn't like a sticking point. It wasn't a breaking point.
No. And all her friends were like, thought she was awesome for, hanging out with me at the time.
And I wonder,
there's people that dress up, cosplay, all that stuff, right? And that's cool. So it's not the same thing, but it's similar.
Has she considered, becoming a persona at shows? Like, I mean, I wouldn't go and say, like, maybe she could be Tigger, or I mean, Eeyore's not really that popular, or Rue, or I don't know, just anybody. Has she considered that?
She doesn't like all that attention. She wouldn't want to. She wouldn't handle that. Mm-hmm. I mean, she likes it. She likes when people come up and talk to us, but he'd rather it be me. Yeah.
Cool.
So I wanted to ask, again, I've seen you at a bunch of shows and Warped Tours and stuff like that. Do you have like do you have like top bands? I specifically remember you at several Starting Line shows, like in the past couple years, because Starting Line always does their like annual stuff in New Jersey or Philly or whatever. So I know, and I just saw you at Starting Line. Are there bands that are like, if this band is coming, like there's no way you can stop me to see them?
Yeah. So at this point, I mean, but back then it was a lot more. But now these days, the three bands would be Limp Bizkit, Starting Line, Story of the Year. Those would be the three that it's like, we're dropping everything. We'll cancel vacations, whatever it is, they're coming on tour and we're not missing them. So those would be the three now. Back in the day, there were more. I'd make sure to get to many others, but now, and I'll still do others than those three. But those
Give
are
us
the three.
a second tier. What's the next tier down? Not canceling vacations, but still very important.
Okay, like right now these days.
Sure.
Yes.
And back then, all of it. Both.
Oh, okay. So and now is it bands that are still together or not together?
There's no stipulations. They can be not together. Sure.
Yeah, whatever you want.
All right. So I mean, I feel like the other bands would be like Newfound Glory.
Chris, a big fan.
Yeah, Newfound Glory definitely. So I don't know if you know band Chiodos. You ever hear them?
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're good stuff. Those are like more hardcore. There was Kill Switch Engage back in the day.
Sure.
Saw them a whole bunch. Hatebreed. And then who else? I guess been to a bunch of Taking Back Sundays back in the day. Simple Plan. I mean, bands like that. Good Charlotte. Saw them a bunch of times. But I guess those would be like second tier.
And how far are you willing to go? So being in Staten Island, it's probably easy to get to New York City. I think it's okay to get to Long Island. Like for you to get to Asbury Park, that's probably a pain in the ass. Like, how far are you going?
So we've driven like up to 4 hours for a concert, and we're trying. Don't know. Listen, if it wasn't for the babies, we'd be there. But we're trying to work it out that Vegas has this When We Were Young Fest in October. So I never brought Pooh Bear on a plane before, but I'm trying to make it out there for October. We're gonna see. I don't know. We're trying.
I'll tell you what, the Four Chord Music Festival is right up your alley in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, every summer.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I've heard of it.
2-day show. Pick your day. Easy drive from where you're at.
I'm gonna have to
Definitely
check this lineup. Are you gonna be there, Chris?
I'm there. I've been going for the past 3 years. I think it's been now. And Steve actually went this past year.
Really?
Yes,
I made my debut.
Going. I do plan on going every year that I possibly can. So yes.
When does this take place?
What is it? June timeframe?
It's been different. So like this year, it was in June. It was mid-June on a weekend. But last year, Chris, I think it was in September. So I think it's not like a specific like every. Is that right? I think because I came to Pittsburgh last year in June and it wasn't even close.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the year before that it was June. I think that they switched it this year because it was a different venue. But in any case, it's usually somewhere in the vicinity of summer. So definitely doable. But
let's keep in touch and talk.
Let's do it.
Happen.
Yeah.
So,
are there any bands that you never did get a chance to see that you've never seen that you really want to?
That's a good question. It's a very good question. Again, are they still around today?
Bands maybe you wish you would have seen, but now are no longer together that you can't see. It doesn't matter.
Or never caught a show. Like for me, I think Panic at the Disco is the top of my list because I never got to see them.
Really?
Wow, I that comes to mind. I really feel like I've seen every band I wanted to cross off the list.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Being in New York, everybody's going to come there. So it's not
there's got to be a band that, I'm just not thinking of, but.
Think on it.
I'm going to, hopefully before the end of this recording in this episode, I'm going to think of a band. But no, I honestly can't say that this is one I haven't seen yet.
He goes. He's a man who knows what he wants. Yeah. When the band comes, he buys a ticket.
I mean, back then there was nothing stopping me from going. So, yeah.
We started to talk a little bit about your podcast. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so it's called Anything Goes with Greg and Alex. That's myself and my wife. And we've been doing it like 3.5 years now. Started it during the pandemic. I've always wanted it. And since times were slowing down and we're stuck in the house, I said, let's do it. We do every week, release episodes on Fridays, every Friday. Haven't missed a week. That's more me than her. I really push that we do on every single week. We've been through quite a few things these past 3 years that we've made episodes through, and it's been crazy, but we've done it. And we talk about anything goes. So from music to movies to we love haunted houses, Halloween, TV shows, movies, anything you could think of. Every week is a completely different topic and episode, and we take it week by week. And I don't know, it's fun. We do it for fun. Yeah, and
Sounds
we
familiar.
yeah, and we are gonna have you guys on for sure. We'd love to. So hopefully that's our next episode in the queue at some point.
Awesome.
Sweet. Do you guys ever have like married couple arguments on the pod?
Oh boy, there are times that we were battling right before we hit record, and we
Ooh.
were going at it. And I'm like, all right, we got to record. Let's pause this. Let's record, and then we'll just pick it up right after. Oh yeah, and I wonder if it comes through on.
Do you listen back to all your
So,
shows?
I do because I edit it. I do.
So you could probably
every-
hear that, like, you asshole, you didn't unload the dishwasher or whatever.
Yes, but like I know, but I wonder if other people can pick up on it. And yeah, every single one I've listened back to it, and it's we try to separate it from on air recording. But yeah, funny.
Who comes up with the idea week to week? Do you guys work together on that, or is that mostly
Yeah.
you or her?
Out of 250, I'd say I probably did like 175, and she's come up with like 75 of them.
Okay.
Mainly me, but I mean sometimes her. And it's not as easy. I mean, you guys know it's tough. It's tough week to week. It is. It's hard to like find a topic to talk about every week. And I mean, I feel like thank you. I feel like we're lucky enough to be able to talk about anything, so it makes it easier. But it's tough. It's hard to come up with stuff, and I don't know how you guys do it on a one topic show.
Well, I mean, we talk about
we
other
stray,
things
but
too.
Okay.
no, we're pretty strict. Pop punk only. Pop
Yeah.
punk. That's it.
That's funny.
Yeah, we talked about Weezer.
We talk
right?
about other stuff too. It's fun, right? We
Do
grew
movies.
up when we grew up, and there's a lot of things to talk about, a lot of fun things, a lot of experiences. People like to listen to that. I like to talk about it. So that's why we do this, and I'm sure that's why you do the same. Really am interested to hear a little bit more from your show. So I'm going to make it a point to listen, especially to the Halloween episodes. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. So,
Greg, are you into wrestling? I'm trying to remember. I was looking through the show list.
Big into wrestling.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah,
you and
big
Chris
into
have
it.
your twin moment there.
oh, no
Okay,
way.
yeah.
No way. Okay.
Big time.
So
Halloween
yeah.
and wrestling.
we'll talk about that. I know me and the producer of the show do not see eye to eye when it comes to wrestling. We've actually
okay.
had some strong words against each
Is
other.
that? Oh no.
Well, no. You both like it, but I think you just had differences in opinions. But you're both
Steve-
proponents.
Steve always tries to smooth it over. That's all. That's what he's doing. He's smoothing it out. But
Even
no,
still.
I've been a big fan since probably 1989 ish.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Me too. Grew up loving Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels, and those are my guys growing up.
All right. Well, we got
Yeah.
something in common. We don't have McDonald's, but we have wrestling.
All right. And
Chris-
Halloween haunted. We go to haunted houses every September, October, and we review them. So that's a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Are there
and-
enough different
yeah.
ones like year to year that you can do that, or do you have to travel out? I mean, I know there's like that one in Amityville and all that. That's probably that's a hike for you, but
Yeah, I mean, there are new ones every year. A lot of them are, some are big budget, some are low budget. So we try to get to as many as we can. Even the new ones, low budget. I mean, a lot of them we like because they have the passion. They just don't have the money, but they have the love for it. But we do some repeats. But we try not to go if we do a repeat, we'll try to wait like 5 years in between. So things are a little different. Usually they'll change them up year to year, or at least 5 years apart. But
Neat.
that's fun too. Have you
Neat.
gone to them, Chris?
Have I gone to haunted houses?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been to
Yeah.
haunted houses. Not recently. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Since I've been married with kids, it's kind of waned over the years. We actually just started going back last year. The kids finally said, because I have twins, and then I have an older daughter, but the twins finally decided that this is the year we're going to go to a haunted
Nice.
house. So we went to one, and they actually didn't mind it at all. It was a good experience. So we'll probably start going again this year, and that'll be fun because I always used to enjoy it. I used to go every year, obviously when me and my wife first started dating, and before that, we would go. I would do a ton of Halloween stuff, and I always had a blast doing that stuff. There's an abandoned jail in Moundsville, West Virginia, that would do a haunted house, and they would take you in and put you in a jail cell, and it was really
That's great.
creepy.
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff I really enjoyed. So happy to get
Nice.
back into
Can
it.
I just want to ask like a noob haunted house question. I've been to haunted house before, but I just want to make sure we're talking about haunted houses that are like a production around Halloween where they're trying to scare you. We're not talking about like a house that's haunted and they're giving you like a tour of it and you like spend the night in the house, right? Or is it or both?
Be a little bit of both, but
A little bit of both. Yeah. Yeah. So there's one in Staten Island that it was haunted. It's like known as haunted with ghosts and stuff, and they opened up a haunted house in there with production actors.
Dude,
So
that's some
it's-
scary
it's-
shit. I don't really want to
it
have
is.
anything to do with that.
It is. And Chris,
guys-
by the way, I don't know if you know this, but I do have twins as well.
look at that.
Yes,
It's like a threesome of like kindred spirits
I'm
here. It's-
catching up with you there, Steve.
You are.
Steven.
catching
I don't
up.
know, Steve. Just when I thought me and you were, were a thing, I think I don't know. Chris is pulling me over.
You put me and Chris together, and we're the perfect match. I just every time I hear haunted houses, I think of that sketch on I Think You Should Leave, the Tim Robinson show. You guys know that one?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to
I know the
send it to
show,
you.
but I don't know that skit.
Oh, it's the best skit in the entire like series of that show. It's so
Okay.
funny.
I'll check it out.
He awkwardly goes to a haunted house and says curse words.
No, it's a fun time of year for sure, and it's actually coming up soon. But I don't want to let go of summer just yet because again, there's still some really cool stuff to do, shows to go to, that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I appreciate you kind of going through some of the ins and outs of your show. And again, everybody out there, go check it out. The Anything Goes podcast. Steve,
Yeah.
I don't want to move forward if there's something else that you want to talk through with Greg, but I got one last thing that I wanted to do before we kind of wrap things up, and that's the segment of the show that we like to call Ranking It. Greg, this is one of the most important sections or segments of High School Never Ends.
Oh boy.
And even though you may never guess what it's about, I'm going to tell you just in case you can't figure it out. This is where you rank your top 3 of something that we give you. We give you what the topic is, and you're going to rank them. So I think it's only appropriate because we already started having a conversation about it, and because you're synonymous with going to concerts and interacting with the bands at the concerts. As you said, what are your top 3 in order interactions with bands as Pooh?
Ooh.
3,
You
2,
really
1.
put-
3, 2, 1. Gotta save the
3,
best
2,
for last.
All right. But now I kind of feel like I may have already given some of those answers in previous stories.
Well, that's okay because this allows you to rank those stories. So
Okay.
even if you gave it, you're still ranking them in order of whatever importance. I don't know. You just put them in order based on what
Nostalgia.
you feel makes sense.
I understand. Oh boy. All right.
I think I know what number 1's going to be. but,
Okay. So I think so. It has to be a specific band, or just
It's interactions with bands. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if like you obviously the bands have like called you up and
Right,
you've
right.
said hello.
Well, you know,
and-
I think number 3 on the list, and I think this is just most recent, but this was what, a week ago? What's today? Monday? So it was 6 days ago, I think, maybe. And I went to Limp Bizkit concert at PNC in New Jersey. And Fred saw me and Alex and my girls, and he brought us up on stage, all 4 of us. And he was like, Greg, bring your girls up. You know, and he had us watch the show from on the stage, and that was it was very surreal. It was a totally different experience. It's usually I'm up on stage and I'm singing and jumping around and doing whatever, but at that point it was like I had the girls, I had Alex, and it was like they were seeing what I see all these years, and that was cool. Alex has never been on stage like that. The babies obviously haven't, and they didn't totally understand, but they, were able to look out and see all these people, and I think that was really cool.
So Fred's basically looking for you now. I mean, when he sees you, like that's the end, right? He's like, "Come on, you're coming up with me." Seems like that's what the deal is.
So I've been to multiple shows on a tour of Limp Bizkit, and he'll do it when he sees me. He'll do it. Not every show. If he sees me more than once on a tour, it might not happen more than once, but usually every tour if he sees me, he'll bring me up.
Okay.
And he's actually the one person, which I was actually surprised by this. During COVID, they were playing at the Asbury Park outside stage. What do they call that? Stone Pony, yeah, outdoor stage. And we would go into the show mid-COVID. We were like 3 minutes away. They got the notification canceled due to COVID. And I was like, man, like destroyed. That sucked. So we like 3 minutes away. I was like, well, still, we'll pass by. We're right here. So I passed by and Fred's out, kind of meeting everyone who came to the show and just like, sorry. So at that point, I had the costume on. I was like super bummed. I'm like, I don't even want to wear it. I'm so upset. So I just go to like see him. And he sees me like this, and he turns to his guy, and he's like, "Pooh Bear."
Oh, he knows you without the
the
costume.
Knew me I was like, well, like that was crazy, yeah. Because nobody really recognized me outside of it, and all the people he meets, yeah.
But you could see your face, though. That's the thing. Like
I know. I agree, but it's weird. A lot of people be like, "You look familiar. Where do I know you from?" And then I usually like, I don't know. I
picture
usually
me in a red and tan suit.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was number 3.
All right, number 3. So what's number 2?
So number 2, I mean, I already said the skate and surf story, but I think just partying with all those skate and surf bands were up there because that's something I never did before, and that was a lot of fun. There was a weekend also Hellfest that was a similar thing as skate and surf, but it was all hardcore bands. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was like early 2000s at Rexplex in Jersey. And
so let me go back to that Asbury Park, the skate and surf story. I'm going to read you who I wrote down was at that show, and you tell me which ones. I had Finch.
Yes, for sure.
Party in their hotel room.
Not in their room, but I saw them in a hotel.
Okay, Alistair.
Don't remember.
Starting line?
Yes, starting line for sure.
Of course. Did you smoke weed with Kenny? You don't have to say that on the record. Okay, pass. Further Seems Forever?
I remember seeing those guys. I remember seeing them in the hotel.
How about Brand New? You hang out with Jesse Lacey?
Brand New? No, I don't remember. That. I mean, it's very possible we crossed paths that night, but I don't remember seeing Brand New there.
Good Charlotte? You said you partied with them, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Newfound Glory?
Newfound Glory, yes.
They're down to party. Homegrown?
Again, I was in and out of a lot of rooms, and that night was kind of
a little fuzzy.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
All right, I'll let you off the hook then. We can finish. Midtown? You partied with Midtown?
Midtown was there. Do you know Midtown actually brought up, what's his name? Napoleon Dynamite to introduce them? I don't know if I was at that show.
Really? John, what's his name? Jonathan. John, yeah.
Yeah. He was at one of the Midtown shows introducing them. It's funny you say that.
As Napoleon Dynamite or as
Napoleon Dynamite, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it switched over to Bamboozle a few years later, and there was a lot more. And, I did listen to your episode on Bamboozle, and it fucking triggered me real hard because we could have a side conversation. I was quite heated about that whole thing. But
me too. Were you going to it? Were you going?
It was my 40th birthday, and I invited like 30 people, and I bought the ticket. My wife bought for me as a birthday present with that stupid crypto bullshit. And and then they announced the bands, and it was it was a spiraling horror story. The only thing that is a saving grace is that I did get my money back, unlike a lot of other people. But it was so cool, Chris. I don't know if you remember during this thing. There's this account called Scamboozle that was basically highlighting like all the bullshit that Bamboozle was going through, like throughout the whole process. And the Anything Goes podcast had the dude. He's anonymous, but they had him on to talk about it. I listened to that, and I was kind of triggered because it was really like a difficult time in my life going through that like 6 months of Bamboozle, but it was a good listen. So thank you for having them.
Cool. Yeah. Listen, if you guys want, I could try to link you up. You can maybe talk to him. You might
I had
have
a lot of conversations through, instant and text with him.
interesting.
I don't think we ever brought him. We didn't ever bring him on the show, but I think we didn't want to. I think I didn't want us to have to like dedicate an entire show to Bamboozle because I didn't want we didn't want to give them the publicity after what they did. So
I get it. I just got caught up in all of it.
I was caught up too.
It's funny you say that your 40th was that Bamboozle because that's my When We Were Young Fest in October. That's my 40th birthday weekend.
I think you gotta make it happen.
I'm really trying to make it happen. I really am.
Make it happen. You know what else we got to make happen is number 1 in the ranking.
Okay. Number 1. I mean, I said it. It has to be. It put me on the map. It got, it gave me a lot of street cred back in the day when I was in high school. But being brought up with Limp Bizkit, 2003, AOL Live all over the world and Rolling Stones magazine. And that next day going to high school, it's like everyone knew.
Do you still have that Rolling Stone magazine?
I do.
Which one is that? Who's on the cover of that particular issue?
If I remember correctly, I have it upstairs. I could grab it real quick if you want to see it. I want to say it's he was a winner from American Idol. Like
Clay Aiken?
Clay Aiken did not win, I don't think.
He's a big heavy guy.
Ruben Studdard.
Ruben Studdard.
Yeah.
I believe he was on the cover.
I do not have that episode. I do not have that issue.
I could grab it in like 30 seconds if you want me to grab it.
That's okay. It's not a visual thing.
Okay. All right.
Well, for anybody out there that has the Ruben Studdard Rolling Stone handy, go check that out, and you'll see the Pooh Bears in there. It may be floating around. I still have Rolling Stones from the 90s that I keep. I don't think I have that one though, unfortunately.
Okay. But that was the first time I was like ever on stage.
It's awesome.
And Limp Bizkit was like my number 1. That was like Fred Durst was like it for me. And I don't know, that was like surreal. That was,
I'm sure.
Very cool.
I'm sure it was his way or the highway. You know what I mean?
That was it. Yeah.
Do you remember any, just to kind of expand a little bit, do you remember any like crazy interactions, maybe with like fans? Like you were at a show and not like me coming outside and being like, yo, I remember you from 20 years ago. But like, have you ever gotten into any, crazy interactions with other concert goers? Or is everything pretty chill?
Physical stuff?
Like anything that may be nuts, like good, bad, or indifferent. I don't know.
There were a lot of intoxicated fans just trying to, pull on the hood and all that kind of stuff. And then so Hellfest, that was a weekend long, kind of like Skate and Surf. It was all hardcore bands. And I remember back in the day, there was like, I forget what they were called. They had like a name. I want to say it was called FSU. And they were like kind of like their own, I don't want to say gang, but their own like crew. And hardcore shows, there's like pits and it would get crazy, and it's like this is theirs. Like, like don't come in our pit. And if somebody does, they go after them.
Yeah. So
I feel like at the time they didn't love me, but after a while they kind of respected the fact that I was there for the music, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, I think you're probably just, there to have a good time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And they realized that I was just there for a good time, but yeah. So they were probably the craziest people to like come across.
I think that's one thing that I love about going to pop punk shows, especially now that I'm like an old man, is that, everyone's always kind of trying to take care of each other. So even if there are pits and they get a little wild, like if somebody like falls down, like most of these shows, like they're going to pick you up. I've seen bands like Newfound Glory and like they'll stop the show to like even I saw Green Day in a huge stadium and somebody looked like they were in trouble and they literally stopped the show to make sure that like, hey, somebody help that person out there. They're in trouble. So I don't know. Nice little community that we have here in the pop punk world.
And hardcore shows, there are people like that, but there's people not like that as well. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Greg, Crazy Greg, and Pooh, all three one person. If you want to go deeper into these personas, definitely check out the Anything Goes podcast with Greg and Alex. But why don't we give you a quick second? Tell people where they can follow your show, follow you, anything you want to plug, put it out there for the folks.
I appreciate that. So if you want to check us out on the podcast, Anything Goes with Greg and Alex. We're on Instagram. It's anything. Wait, hold on. Alex told me the stuff. She's the one that keeps up on the social media. So let me just make sure I'm getting this right. She does all that. But when we get messages, she does say like, hey, Greg, check this out. People messaged us.
Anything Goes Pod NY.
Anything Goes Pod NY on Instagram. Emails agpodny@gmail.com.
And you want people to follow you too, or just the pod?
So, I'm on Instagram. Actually, I'm going to try to be more active on that. But I am on Instagram, Crazy Greg Pooh Bear on Instagram. So I think I'm going to start posting on there too. But
awesome. There you go.
Appreciate you guys. It was very nice meeting both of you. Steve, I'm sure I'll be seeing you at shows around here.
I try and get Chris to come to some, but he's in Western Pennsylvania. So it's a long drive.
Well, we go to haunted houses out there in Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
So maybe we can link up in October.
Hit me up. My daughter loves scary things, and then she is the biggest coward ever. So that will be great and terrible at the same time.
Do you have any questions for Alex? I could try to get it down here quick if you want to ask anything. It's up to you.
I think maybe we'll get her next time. That's okay.
Okay, that works. All right, no problem. But,
absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, guys, go check out the Anything Goes podcast and make sure you follow Greg, Crazy Greg, or Pooh. Either one, it's all the same. It's all different. But guys, check them out. Greg, it was nice to meet you. Even though I didn't see you at shows, I feel like I did in spirit, and maybe someday I will for real. And for all of you guys out there, hopefully you enjoyed this chat with Pooh as much as we did. And if you did and you enjoy the show, High School Never Ends, we want to hear from you. One of the best ways that you can let us know your thoughts and feelings on the show is by giving us a written review on Apple Podcasts. Also, we would love it if you give us a 5-star review if you really enjoyed yourself. And you can also do that on Spotify ratings, so don't forget that as well. And then in addition to that, if you want to support the show and look pretty sharp at the same time, we got High School Never Ends swag out there. You can get yourself a brand new hat, gloves, which we don't have, but maybe will someday. And I keep asking for that sleeveless jean jacket vest that never comes, no matter how many times I ask for it. But yes, it is getting to the fall season, which is followed up by the holiday season. So maybe for this year, for Christmas, things will work out. But anyway, if you want to buy any of that cool stuff that we have with the High School Never End logo on it, check out our hub. That will redirect you to our shop. So that's www.hsnepod.com. Go check it out.
That's right. And follow us on the socials at HSNEPod, like High School Never Ends Pod. You can join our Discord server and follow us on Instagram and Facebook and maybe X or something like that. Greg, thank you again so much. Until next time, keep on rocking your dad bods, throw up the rock hands, and blast the pop punk.
Hey, thanks for listening to Dragon Wagon Radio. If you're enjoying this show, check out DragonWagonShop.com and get yourself some sweet merch while supporting your favorite indie podcast network. That's DragonWagonShop.com.
It's Dragon Wagon.